insights, picks, results. This is Wizard Sports Picks. Beyond the Lines.
Welcome to another edition of Beyond the Lines, presented by Wizard Sports Picks for Sunday, May 31st. Ian Cameron with you, and we are going to talk UFL football on this edition of the show in Beyond the Lines, and it is going to be the finale of the UFL regular season here in Week 10, the very final game of the UFL regular season. It's Louisville-Columbus. We will get to that game in just a moment, but first, we want to remind you about wizardsportspicks.com. Tons of great handicappers on the website. It has been a spectacular run for me on the website since the site opened. All sports, extreme profits across the board. Really, really happy. Really, really proud of the efforts that I have had as far as profits across the board in all sports. Currently, 697 and 592 record, 54%, 47 units of profit in all sports. Number one ranked NFL season this past year, number one ranked NHL season on the website, profitable NBA season, profitable college basketball season, also number one in college basketball this past season. Like, it has been profit across the board in all sports. But everybody on the website has done a great job, and it is worth it to take a look at wizardsportspicks.com. Daily premium picks and long-term subscriptions available. We've got the Stanley Cup final and the NBA finals starting this week. MLB still ongoing. The CFL, Canadian Football League, begins this week. Looking forward to the season. It's one of my strongest sports, and I will be providing plays in the CFL at Wizard Sports Picks this season. Looking forward to a profitable season there. And, of course, we've got, obviously, still the UFL season finishing up. So make sure you check out all the great handicappers at wizardsportspicks.com. And make sure you're checking out the YouTube channel. We've got tons of live and pre-recorded content, more than ever before, at the Wizard Sports Picks YouTube channel. So make sure you check that out. And also enter your email address on the homepage, and we will send you free picks to your inbox each and every day. So check it all out, the great handicappers at wizardsportspicks.com. All right, let's get into UFL Week 10, the final game of the regular season, 6 p.m. Eastern. This game is on Fox. It's the Louisville Kings taking on the Columbus Aviators. Louisville, 2.5-point road favorites, 46.5 the total. So Louisville has already clinched a playoff spot. Coming into Week 10, we weren't sure if they were going to need to win this game to clinch a playoff spot, but we now know they don't need to win this game. They are already in the playoffs thanks to Birmingham's loss to Houston on Saturday. So this game essentially doesn't mean anything now to Louisville. But this team is playing good football. And if you're Chris Redman, the head coach, do you want this team to take their foot off the gas pedal, or do you want to go into the playoffs with momentum? Because they are playing really, really well. Both sides of the football, but especially on offense. I mean, to see the Louisville offense come to life the way it has down the stretch has been very impressive. Chandler Rogers, since taking over as the quarterback for Louisville, he's been great. He's shown poise. He's been accurate with the football. He's actually shown an ability to throw down the field, stretch the defense vertically. It's been very impressive from this Louisville offense. Remember, Louisville was struggling to score early in the season. Not anymore. Since Chandler Rogers has taken over under center, this team's 5-1, playing very good football. Now, there is a chance he gets rested here, and some of the starters as well, now that they've clinched a playoff spot. So we could see N'Kosi Perry. We could see Mike DeLello. These are the other two quarterbacks on the Louisville depth chart. They might play in this game as well, in addition to Rogers. So we might see Rogers for only a bit. But regardless, the Louisville offense has been good. More importantly, the Columbus defense has not been good. Columbus has had issues defensively all season. We've seen them give up a lot of points in recent games, especially down the stretch. So regardless of the quarterback situation or how many of their starters are rested or for how long those starters are rested, I still think Louisville can move the football here in this game. Meanwhile, you flip it around to Columbus. You know, they're a team I've bet against quite a bit. Ted Ginn Jr., of course, this is a new experience for him being a head coach in professional football. I figured, they'd be behind the curve, and that's probably part of the reason why They're not making the playoffs. Of course, they've already been eliminated, but they are playing for pride. And this is a Columbus team that's actually, in the last few games of the season here, they've played very well at home. They've played their best football here on their home field, and I would expect them to go out with a pretty strong effort, even though they've been eliminated. And by the way, last week it was a very impressive offensive performance. They made a quarterback change from Jalen McClendon to another Jalen Morton. And boy, the change looked like it paid off for Columbus. He had a really strong game. The offense really got going. Birmingham struggled to stop it, and Columbus ended up having their way. And when you look at the Louisville defense, which has been good at forcing turnovers, it's been good at getting pressure on opposing quarterbacks. But the one thing they've struggled with, Louisville, is stopping the run. And Columbus is an outstanding team running the football. Columbus has been excellent running the ball. Over 130 rushing yards per game. Number one in the UFL as far as rushing yards and run offense, this Columbus team. So when you combine that with the weakness of the Louisville defense, which is stopping the run, this could be a good matchup for the Columbus offense. They should have success running the football, and usually when they do, that means their offense works. And it's worth noting that even though there's questions about how much, if at all, we're going to see the Louisville starting quarterback, Chandler Rogers, it's worth noting Columbus has a lot of injuries on defense, for a defense that isn't very good even when healthy, but they've been down a couple pass rushers. There's been some injuries in the secondary for Columbus. So when it's all said and done, even though this game no longer means anything to Louisville because they're already in the playoffs, I still think they're going to have success offensively, regardless of whether Rodgers plays some of the game, all of the game, or none of the game. I think the backup quarterback can come in. They can have success. Columbus has just been really struggling on defense that I think anyone can come in here for Louisville, and they should be able to have some success, move the football, put up points. But again, the Louisville defense, their Achilles heel is stopping the run, and that is not good going up against Columbus, whose strength is running the football, and they've done it well all year. So you put the two things together, and I think we're going to see points here Sunday in Columbus, total at 46.5. We're going to go over 46.5 between Louisville and Columbus. That's going to be the bigger bet, but I'm also going to recommend a smaller sized bet on Columbus plus 2.5. Currently minus 110 in this game against Louisville as a slight home underdog. We've got Louisville no longer needing this game to make the playoffs. Columbus has been great straight up and against the spread down the stretch at home. I think they'll look to finish the regular season despite not making the playoffs. I do think Columbus will want to finish the regular season with a solid effort on their home field. And I think they're live to win this football game against what could be a disinterested Louisville team with not anything on the line now that they've clinched a playoff spot. So my stronger opinion in this game is the over, but I will also recommend a smaller bet on Columbus plus 2.5. So we'll go with Columbus plus 2.5, minus 110. We'll go with over 46.5 as well with the total between Louisville and Columbus, the final game of the UFL regular season on Sunday, May 31st. That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out. I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy the games and good luck. And thanks for tuning in to the Sunday, May 31st edition of Beyond the Lines presented by Wizard Sports Picks.